Dynamics 365 CRM for SMBs, 7 ways to automate sales. So, Dynamics 365 CRM. It's something a lot of people ask about, and today we're going to walk through it step by step. Let's talk about what Dynamics 365 CRM does for SMB sales teams. Dynamics 365 CRM is Microsoft's cloud-based platform for managing customer relationships, tracking deals, and automating the repetitive parts of selling. It lives inside the Microsoft 365 stack, which matters a lot if your team already uses Outlook, Teams, or Excel daily. For SMBs, the core value isn't the feature list. It's the fact that Dynamics 365 CRM connects natively with tools your team is already in every day. A rep can log a call from Outlook, update a deal stage from Teams, and get AI-suggested next steps without switching applications. That frictionless connection is what drives actual adoption. The platform is built on Microsoft Dataverse, which acts as a central data store for contacts, accounts, opportunities, and activities. Dataverse also connects to Power BI for reporting, Power Automate for workflows, and Power Apps for custom interfaces. If your business grows, that connected architecture pays off fast. We've written about Power Platform governance for SMBs separately, and setting that foundation right from the start saves significant rework later. Next up, 7 ways to automate sales with Dynamics 365 CRM. This is where most teams leave revenue on the table. Dynamics 365 CRM has automation built in, but the default setup doesn't turn it on. Here are 7 automation scenarios that deliver real results for SMB sales teams. When a lead comes in through your website, a marketing campaign, or a trade show scan, someone has to decide who it goes to. In most small sales teams, that's a manual email or a Slack message. Dynamics 365 CRM can route leads automatically based on territory, industry, deal size, or rep capacity. The setup takes about 2 hours in the assignment rules configuration. Once it's live, no lead sits in a queue waiting for a manager to notice it. Response time drops, and the rep gets a task notification the moment the lead lands. Now, moving on to Dynamics 365 versus Salesforce for SMBs, an honest comparison. The Dynamics 365 CRM versus Salesforce question comes up in almost every Microsoft Dynamics consulting conversation we have with SMBs. Hey, race the honest version. If your team already runs on Microsoft 365, Dynamics 365 CRM is the practical choice. You're paying for Teams, Outlook, and SharePoint already. Adding Dynamics 365 CRM into that stack is cheaper and simpler than maintaining a separate Salesforce instance with third-party connectors eating into your budget. If you're a pure Salesforce shop with a large existing configuration, switching has real costs, and we're not going to pretend otherwise. We covered this in depth in our Dynamics 365 versus Salesforce 2026 cost breakdown, which includes migration timelines and total cost of ownership comparisons across company sizes. Next up, moving on to how long does a Dynamics 365 CRM implementation take? The honest answer, it depends on how much you customize and how clean your existing data is. For a standard Dynamics 365 CRM implementation for an SMB with 10 to 25 users, here's a realistic timeline. Total, 6 to 8 weeks for a well-managed Dynamics 365 CRM implementation. Teams that try to DIY it without prior Dynamics 365 implementation experience typically take 12 to 16 weeks and end up with a configuration that doesn't match how they actually sell. Next up, let's talk about what does Dynamics 365 CRM cost for small businesses. Microsoft's Dynamics 365 CRM pricing has 3 main tiers for the sales module as of 2026. For a 10-person sales team, Professional runs $650 per month. Enterprise runs $1,050 per month. These are list prices. Microsoft partners often negotiate volume discounts, and many SMBs offset the cost by consolidating other tools they're already paying for separately. The total cost of ownership calculation should include implementation, training, and ongoing administration. A clean, well-configured Dynamics 365 CRM deployment with proper automation costs less over 3 years than a cheaper CRM that requires constant manual workarounds and bolt-on tools to fill the gaps. For current pricing details, check Microsoft's official Dynamics 365 pricing page. Next up, Let's talk about common Dynamics 365 CRM implementation mistakes to avoid. Based on implementations across healthcare, logistics, and SaaS companies, these are the patterns that cause the most pain. Skipping the data audit. Teams import thousands of contacts with duplicate records, missing phone numbers, and no segmentation. The Dynamics 365 CRM instance becomes a mess within 60 days. Do the data cleaning before migration, not after. Over-customizing the entity model. Dynamics 365 CRM lets you add custom fields freely. Teams add 40 fields just in case and reps stop filling them in because the forms are overwhelming. Keep custom fields to what actually drives sales decisions. Next up, let's talk about conclusion. Dynamics 365 CRM is the right choice for SMBs already in the Microsoft stack, especially if your team is losing deals to slow follow-ups, inconsistent pipeline management, or manual reporting. The 7 automation capabilities covered here, lead routing, follow-up sequences, stage gate triggers, AI-powered insights, Teams integration, quote automation, and sales forecasting, address the most common revenue leakage points in a small sales team. The platform works best when configured to match your actual sales process, not the other way around. A good Dynamics 365 CRM implementation takes 6 to 8 weeks with the right partner, and the difference between a CRM your team actually uses versus one that collects dust almost always comes down to that initial configuration quality. If you're evaluating whether Dynamics 365 CRM fits where your business is heading, start with a process audit before you buy a single license. We're happy to help with that conversation.